reassured by the commitments made to me by President Biden and his officials that the U.S., the United States, will stand by the Mutual Defense Treaty, which has been described from the President down as ironclad. Another key pillar in our relationship is, of course, economic cooperation. I have said on several occasions, including here in Washington, D.C., that economic security is national security. For the Philippines, a critical component of economic security is nurturing and growing our economic partnerships with the global community. Economic cooperation with the United States is, of course, a priority. It is paramount to the Philippines. I have the good fortune to undertake this visit on the heels of a highly successful presidential trade and investment mission to the Philippines by Commerce Secretary Gina Raimundo last month. Secretary Raimundo, as she has described, has headed a delegation of 22 prominent American businesses and nonprofit organizations in ICT, infrastructure, energy, logistics, financial services sectors. According to the Department of Commerce, the U.S. Department of Commerce, the mission has generated over $1 billion in American investments and concrete projects in the Philippines, creating educational and career opportunities for an estimated 30 million Filipinos. The PTIM was the first high-level trade and investment mission from the United States during my administration, and I am confident that it will not be the last. As I mentioned to President Biden yesterday, there are still a lot of opportunities to enhance our trade and our investment relations. In particular, the Philippines is actively seeking American partnership in critical minerals, where we aim to move up from the upstream to the midstream in battery production, even as we ensure the sustainability of resource extraction and secure the supply chain for these critical minerals. Other areas in our priority list that we believe will bring great opportunities for economic cooperation with the U.S. are clean energy, particularly nuclear energy, especially as we look to provide affordable and reliable energy sources for the entire country to power our industries, the digital economy, semiconductors, and critical infrastructure. Regarding infrastructure, we are excited about participating in the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment to help attract high-quality investments to the country. These are, and there are, of course, other areas whose potential we are also looking into. But let me just highlight that in our conversation with both the U.S. government and the business community, we have showcased ongoing and future economic reforms that we intend to implement in the country to create a welcoming and attractive environment for greater investment from our international partners, and that includes, of course, the United States. Of course, the headliner of this visit is the Trilateral Summit between the Philippines, Japan, and the United States, which I attended yesterday with President Joe Biden and Prime Minister Kishida. As I told my American and Japanese counterparts yesterday, the summit is a testament not only to the strength of our respective bilateral relationships, but also to our firm commitment to expanding these relationships into new directions and creating new synergies as we address critical challenges and work toward uplifting the lives of our peoples. We agreed on a joint vision statement on our meeting yesterday as a roadmap for the future. The Trilateral Cooperation, the statement covers diverse areas, from greater maritime domain awareness and Coast Guard cooperation to sustainable critical infrastructure, semiconductor supply chain resilience, digital transformation, energy security, harnessing renewable and clean energy. Indeed, our trilateral defense and security cooperation builds upon our respective bilateral defense and security ties. The Philippines and Japan are close allies of the United States, and in recent years, there has been remarkable progress in Philippines-Japan defense and security relations. Once we conclude the reciprocal access agreement with Japan, similar to our visiting forces agreement with the United States, we will witness even greater engagement amongst our three armed forces. Nowhere is progress in this area more important than in the maritime domain. It is no secret that Japan and the Philippines are involved in maritime and territorial disputes, not with each other, but with other parties. While the United States is not a direct party to these disputes, both its treaty obligations to come to the aid of the Philippines and Japan in case of an armed attack by a third party, as well as its commitment to uphold freedom of navigation and a rules-based order in the seas, means that the U.S. has vital interests in East and South China Seas. It is therefore of particular importance for our three countries to work closely together on maritime-related issues, including the broader areas of maritime safety and security, maritime domain awareness, maritime environmental protection, and other issues, as these are part and parcel not only of our respective national security interests, but also because cooperation in this area contributes significantly to regional peace and stability. However, peace and stability require another lifeblood to endure. I cannot overemphasize the importance of building a secure, inclusive, and interconnected economy for our nations and the region to provide the prosperity and security of our peoples. Through deeper cooperation, we bring concrete investments and projects to the Philippines today, not tomorrow, to help us achieve our goals. We are working with the U.S., with Japan, to establish the Luzon Corridor under the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment to support high-quality investments in the country and to ensure inclusive and resilient progress. This includes enhancing the transportation of goods and services in strategic hubs, developing food security and agribusiness, securing semiconductor and critical mineral supply chains, clean energy. It is a monumental project, and we aim for nothing less than transformative and sustainable. As we advance deeper into the digital era, we will ensure our connectivity infrastructure and workforce are ready for a robust digital economy. Together with the US and Japan, we are building a digital landscape that is secure, reliable, and accessible. These cyber bridges we are building will not only connect islands within our archipelago, but will connect the entire country to the global digital market. Lessons from the pandemic and recent geopolitical developments compel us to secure global supply chains, especially in the semiconductor industry, where the Philippines is ready to participate and to absorb the additional capacity necessary to future-proof the semiconductor value chain. Working with our allies, especially Japan and the United States, is necessary to protect our interests. In support of this goal, we are exploring trilateral cooperation to build a resilient semiconductor industry, including opportunities to upskill the Philippine labor force. The key to achieving progress is also energy security. As we transition to clean energy as a responsible step to combat the effects of climate change, the Philippines will need ambitious programs, nuclear energy in our energy mix. With the help of partners such as US and Japan, we are moving closer towards our nuclear energy ambition. Our goal is to provide reliable, affordable, secure energy for the entire country to sustain the inevitable growth that is now within our grasp. As I return to the Philippines tomorrow, I will bring the good news to our people that our alliance with the United States has become stronger, bolstered by our economic engagements, close people-to-people ties, and reinforced by our growing friendship and cooperation with like-minded partners in the Indo-Pacific region like Japan. More importantly, I bring home the commitment from our three countries to sustain the momentum of this increasingly close partnership in the years to come, all for the benefit of our people and for the security of our region. Thank you and good evening.